Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having like the best day ever. Hold on, I want to turn this down just a little bit so it's not too loud. Okay. Hello. Whenever you get on here, please say hello. Let me know that you're watching. If you catch the replay, hashtag replay below. If the little like red rectangle up there that says live is there, then you are watching me live in action. So please say hello. Good morning, Lynette. Good morning. Okay, I want to share this to my VIP group pretty quickly. I hate being on here forever. Actually, you know what? I don't even see that option on my phone right now. So, excuse me. Sometimes I can see comments on my phone, sometimes I can't. So just in case I can't, I also have my laptop pulled up. Lynette, what are you doing? Are you home? I'm gonna share it to my VIP group right now. Okay. Boom. Maybe. Okay, there we go. All right. I keep thinking that it is Wednesday because that's normally the day that Django goes to his nature school, but we're trying a different day this week. Oh my gosh, you guys, this primer, I feel like even on non-makeup days, I would still wear this primer because it just feels so good on your skin. It makes you feel like silk. I'm home, oh yay, that's so exciting. Well, I'm glad that you're home. Are you home this whole week, I'm guessing? So I titled this Basics with some extras because I was looking at the makeup that I brought out in front of me and I'm like, well, some of it's pretty basic, but then I've definitely got some extras because I've been loving playing with my eyebrows lately. And I'm going to be using the new Farmasi brow wax. I'm going to be pulling back out my liquid eyeshadows because they are just the best ever. Okay, so I've got and I'm really just obsessed with this new, even this morning, I'm always thinking about business and what I want to do next. And even this morning on my drive to take Django to nature school, I was like, maybe I'll just use like my BB cream or CC cream today just to keep things light, bring it back a little bit. I haven't used those in a while. But then I was pulling out my makeup to come out here and get started, and I'm just so drawn to this coverage that I can't not use it. It's just perfect. I love it. A little bit goes a long way. And the biggest difference now with this new VFX formula, so it's the Photo Filter Foundation, Photo Filter technology. It's oil-free, it's now vegan, which is a really big deal to a lot of people. And it just makes your skin like velvety. It goes on so smooth. I mean, you could see how easily and seamless that application just was. It's so easy. And then I always go over my ears just a little bit, pretty lightly, just because, my ears are obviously a different shade. We don't see the sun as much. Always pull it down my neck. And I just did a really light coverage. You know what I just realized? I don't even have my mirror out here with me, so I'm literally gonna be using my phone as my mirror. So whenever you guys get on here, please say hello. Let me know that you're here so I can thank you. If you have it in your heart to share this, it would mean the world to me. It's such an easy way for me to grow my network, and that's how I stay home with my babies. So I really appreciate it, but whenever you do share, please let me know below that you did, because depending on what your Facebook settings are, I may not see that you even shared, and I really want to be able to thank you because it is a huge deal. Okay, so I'm gonna just throw on a little bit of eyeshadow primer before I get into my brows, but that is what I'm doing next, are my brows, because I'm so excited. Even my lip color is a little bit extra for me today, you guys. I'm just feeling, I think it's my shirt, maybe it's my shirt just reminding me how worthy I am, but I'm just feeling really extra today. So So there's my eyeshadow primer. That is going to keep my pigments in place all day long, even through my workouts that I do later today. And if you have oily eyelids, you definitely need a really good eyeshadow primer, because you already know this, if you do have oily eyelids, that your eyeshadows and even your eyeliners will run throughout the day. Hey, Nicole. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my my wax now, and this is a huge no-no what I'm about to show you, because even the instructions on the brow wax say to rinse your brush off after each use. And I have not. Yeah, you can see how dirty it is. I have not, but look how big this thing is. $30 for this entire ginormous, I mean, I do have small hands anyways, but that's like the palm of my hand. It's huge. $30. And this is how little you use. That's it. Just little dabs. That is it. Man, I wish I had my bigger mirror. I do have this little compact mirror out here, but here goes nothing. And you just use this little spoolie. So this wax is waterproof. And I know it's super trendy, and I see so many women doing this right now. They'll brush their brows up and just leave them, and I think that it's really cute on a lot of people. But you guys, my eyebrows have only been tamed by myself. They are not groomed well enough right now to be, you know, moved and sticking up in places without looking crazy. But I'm still obsessed with the difference in the finish that this gives my brows. And at first I was like, man, it's kind of like an extra step, but look how fast and easy that was. And you can already tell just between the two, with this just has the wax on it. It just makes them look a little cleaner, a little more put together. So even if you didn't want to wear any pigments on your brows, just throw on some wax. And oh, I almost did that in my in my palette. It just helps hold them in place. So like me, with my eyebrows being a little more untamed, some of my brow hairs kind of want to go in their own direction in an unflattering way, and this locks them down. Whoops. This holds these babies in place. I ordered the Vfx Foundation and the Glam Up, waiting for, yay! I'm not a fan of the trendy feathery brows on myself. I want to be a fan of them. I want to just go into an eyebrow place and say, make my brows so I can feather them up. But then I don't know if it's really, is it really me to have feathers on my face? I don't know. I normally don't go along with a bunch of trendy things. I like them on other people. Okay, that's all that all I'm trying to say. They're just not my cup of tea. Lynette, I cannot wait for you to get the new foundation and hear what you think about it. And the Glam Up palette, you already know how I feel about that one. And the Wonderlust, which I know you have that one, but that's the one that I'm wanting, and I'm gonna get it for free this month. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do, if you've watched my videos for a while, you know I normally just throw on brow mascara and I'm done. But like I said, I feel like being a little bit extra today. That's why I did my brow wax. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brow pencil. And what you want to do with a brow pencil is hold it very lightly, okay? We're going in with a light hand. We're not using a heavy hand, right? Because if a heavy hand, we're gonna be holding it clear down here like we're trying to write, you know, put our signature up there, and we're not doing that. So a very light hand, and you're just going to lightly, at least for me, I don't draw on or anything, I just lightly fill in where I want it to be filled in. See, it makes such a big difference, just a little light layer of that. You definitely don't have to use all 3 brow products, so please don't think that, like, don't feel intimidated or like you have to buy all 3 brow things that I'm using to do your brows, because you most definitely do not. I just started using this combo a few weeks ago, only because I feel like just doing something a little bit different. Normally, like I said, I always just wear brow mascara. My mom just uses brow pencil. Everyone has their own preference. And there's no right or wrong with anything when it comes to makeup, right? I mean, makeup is supposed to be you know, fun. It's an art and you get to do whatever you want. You're the reason I'm ordering Glam Up. So many pretty fall colors. I know, Lynette. I seriously love, I just want to roll around in those shades, especially Warm Teddy and Enfuego. And I love them so much. And I mean, it's so, that palette is only $30 for 12 really pigment shadows. I mean, how can you turn it down and how can you go wrong? It's, see, it just kind of pulls it all together. I really, really like it. And that's it, you guys, just super easy swipes. Normally I would put my wand back in and get more pigments out for my mascara, but this wand is brand new, or this little mascara tube. So there's a lot of pigment on here. Okay. All right, there's that. All right, so now I'm going to, let's go in, let's just put some concealer on. I'm actually gonna place an order today, I think. I'm really wanting the new Resurface line. Lynette, have you ever used retinol? I have never, ever used retinol before, but I'm really wanting to try it out. So if you guys are just hopping on, please say hello whenever you get here. Please feel free to share this for me. It's seriously such an easy way for me to grow my network, and I appreciate you. So let me know whenever you do that. Hello, Marcy. You have not. So are you gonna try it, Lynette, or are you just kind of waiting it all? Marcy says retinol's great. Yeah, I'm super, super excited to try our new retinol formula. This feels so weird to put concealer on without having my mirror. But I don't want to use, I've already kind of decided I don't want to use the retinol morning and night. And right now I always go back and forth between my Calendula line and my Aqua line, which I'm just obsessed with both of them. And I think what I'll do is use my retinol at night. I think that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Use my retinol system at night, and then during the day, I'll go back and forth between either my Calendula or my Aqua, just depending on what my skin feels. I'm gonna order a Resurface when my Age Reverses finishes. Are you? I'm so excited. And Very uses my Calendula line too, so I figured even if I, you know, didn't want to use any of it right now, then he could. But you know, at least I've got options. It'll definitely, skincare in our house will never ever go to waste because he thankfully likes to take care of his skin as well. So I'm excited to get the Resurface line, and I'm also going to order one of our new concealers. So our concealers, our liquid concealers are now brand new. There's 10 new shades. So let me know before you place another order with those so I can make sure you're getting your right shades, because those are all brand new and they have an Indian seed extract in them that helps to plump up your skin. There's just so much anti-aging technology in everything that we're using, and I'm so here for it. I'm excited to play with that. All right. Do I want more, or am I okay? I think I'm okay for now. I'm going to use, I know my mom just started the Resurface line, I think last night, and she was really, really liking it so far. All right, and I'm still, even though I'm gonna use it at nighttime, or one or the other, I'm not gonna use it morning and night, at least not right now. I just don't feel like I need to use it both. I'm still gonna take before and after pictures, because all those studies were done for the serum, especially the new serum in the Resurface line is just like blowing people away. I have a new tube of warm honey, so when that finishes, I'll order the new. Yeah, I knew that you liked warm honey really well. I have such a problem with waiting until my products run out. But my liquid concealer I've been using a lot, so, but I still have my stick, my stick concealers. So this is the bronzer from the Peach Bite palette. I think this palette is really pretty, especially for just a more softer look. Even for fall, I really, really love it. I always take it down my neck, down my jawline, all that fun stuff. Put a little bit on the outer part of my nose. You know that I never go heavy with my makeup, so everything that I do is very light, very airy, and just very natural, but you can tell that there's something there. And that's what I love. You can still get good before and afters, even, you know, with your makeup without having to do this whole like glam look. Okay, so I've already got my eyeshadow primer on. Let me put on a little bit of lip conditioner. Look at this. Look what Coco did. Who does that? Coco does. But I definitely love me some lip conditioner. Okay, so eyes. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start with Joker. I know that you're so surprised that this is the liquid eyeshadow I'm choosing to use, because it is the best, you guys. And it's so easy to use these liquid shadows. They are super soft, they're creamy, they dry incredibly quick, they don't smudge, they don't crease up throughout the day, they just stay exactly where they're supposed to, and I need this mirror. So this Joker shade I'm putting all over my bottom, this part of my lid. See how easy that goes on? Tell me that color is not so pretty. I mean, look, I could wear it by itself and it does so much. Okay, so what I like to do, I'm gonna let that dry and go in on my other eye, and then I'll show you how I clean everything up just to make it look even better. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, girlfriend. All right. Let's do this eye. Whenever someone tells me that they want to try a liquid eyeshadow, or they're interested in, you know, wanting my opinion on what shade to get, I always say Joker. All day, every day, you need Joker in your life. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to kind of clean up the crease and make it all just kind of come back together is I'm still going to use my Peach Bite palette. This is what I just used on my face, so we're getting more bang for our buck by keeping the same palette around, right? I don't have to pull out another eyeshadow or a different palette. I'm going in right here. And I'm just gonna take this bronzer. Joker is my favorite. Yes, I think it's everyone's favorite. Can you guys hear my music? I tried to turn it down so I wouldn't get booted, but they're singing Amazing Grace right now, and it just makes me want to cry. So with this bronzer, as you can see, I'm just using a fluffy eyeshadow brush and going all the way over, back and forth like a windshield wiper. It's just creating a really soft finish up there. That's it. And I just like, as you can see, I feel like this eye is just a little more pulled together now that it has that up there, all the pigments. It takes so much concentration to do your eye makeup. And I don't have any eyeliner out here, but I kind of did that on purpose because I just wanted to wear my mascara. I'd been wearing my Double Lash Extend for so long that when I finally put my Star Look mascara back on yesterday, it made me really miss it. And then I just used my foundation brush just to kind of clean up the edges, just whatever went over past the line that I wanted it to go. All right, we're gonna go a little bit farther, and we're going to use another liquid shadow called Pop of Light. And all that I'm doing with this one is literally, I'm taking most of the product off because there's quite a bit that pops up on the wand, which is fine. You just scrape it off. And then I'm just gonna go right here on my inner corner because I said I want to be kind of basic and kind of not. Let me clean that up a little. And that's it. A pop of light is literally exactly how it sounds. Just, it adds the perfect touch. And when you're in light, it's just going to reflect even more. Let me, I feel like I always put a little bit more than, you hear my music, Lynette? I love me some good worship music. It's grounding, refreshing. Okay. So I'm gonna do my lips before I move on to my eyes, just because we know it takes me like 1,000 years to do my to do my mascara. And I'm using one of our new VFX liquid matte lipsticks, and this is shade Rose Dream. I don't know if I've really worn this one yet. I know when my mom was here, we swatched all of them on live, but I don't know if I've actually come back and worn this one by itself. That's what I wanted. That is the color that I wanted. It's so pretty. So this is Rose Dream. I love it. That's literally what I needed today. Put me in my feels. And like, look how pigment that is. Just a tiny little, hi mama. Just a tiny little swipe of color. Lindsay, worship music is all I listen to. I know I go back and forth, but it's definitely a go-to. Definitely a go-to. Even this morning when I was taking Django to school, I had it on, and sometimes I'll try to, well, when I get him out of the car, I'll try to change it just to see if there's anything else on the station I want to listen to. And this morning I was just pulled back. I'm like, no, God needs me here right now to hear. I swear that is how he speaks to me, is through music. It always has been. And one of my mentors pointed that out to me, gosh, just so long ago. She was like, you know that's just how he's speaking to you, right? And that's okay. I was like, oh. And ever since she said that, I'm like, I'm just like, bring it on. Bring it on. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with Star Look, and I really, really like this lash primer that I've been using. So this is the Lash Food Conditioning Collagen Lash Primer. So it does have collagen, and it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So you obviously can wear it underneath your mascara like I'm doing now, and then at night when you wash your face, you can put another layer of this on and it'll condition your lashes at night. Pretty awesome. That's one thing I'm waiting on Farmasi to get, is a good lash primer. I'm sure that they'll bring us one because Farmasi is all about staying, you know, more trendy and up to date with technology. So I'm sure it's coming, and I cannot wait to get one, especially if they put Capixyl in it. They put Capixyl in a lot of their products that have to do with hair because it's conditioning. It helps your hairs grow. How amazing would that be, you guys? I definitely dealing with spiritual warfare right now. It's so it's definitely my go-to. Yeah, I feel you, Lindsay. I feel you. You know, I'm just always reminded that it doesn't matter what we're going through. There's obviously always going to be hard times, but I feel like when we're on the verge of doing something really great, and when we're on the verge of helping a lot of people and just really spreading our light, the enemy always tries to interfere and get in our head, because mindset is such an easy way for the enemy to attack us. And that's why I'm so obsessed with working on mindset, right? Because you know, and I still have my moments of weakness, if you will, but I want my mind to be so bright and just so sharp to where when these things happen, I'm just it's so much easier for me to just be like, you know what, that sounds great and that looks great over there, but I know I'm here right where I am for a reason. And that's really, I mean, I attest that to everything. My business, relationships, my nutrition journey that I'm on right now. Like, I'm telling you, when we stay persistent and on track and true to what it is that we are doing, even when it seems hard, even when it seems like we're not making any progress, even when it seems like we're not moving, even though our feet are physically moving, we are rewarded. It's gonna make me cry. Yeah. We're rewarded in like the biggest ways that we can't even fathom right now. Oh, see, I didn't even put mascara on my bottom lash line because I'm just so, yeah, all of that. All of that. And, you know, that's why community is so important to me. And I've heard the word community forever, right? Especially being, you know, in this industry, everyone, you know, has community. But it really started to sink in for me. This is our second year homeschooling, and I've been finding such a good community. And I've always just been like, I'm a very strong person. I'm a very independent person. I'm very determined. I have these great qualities about me, right? I know that about myself, but I also have weakness where I shove people away. And the enemy puts it in my mind that you can do it by yourself. You can be fine by yourself. But like, God wants us to be together. And I recently found this group of homeschool moms, and they have just been changing my life and my son's life and reminding us that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And my nutrition journey, it's hard. It's a struggle. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some weeks I'm like, you know, seeing all the results and all the progress and doing everything right. And then the next week it's like, am I really doing this? Like, what happened? You know, why does everything seem so upside down now? But with that, I have a community within my coach that I hired, and I have her to lean on when I don't feel so great, or when my vision isn't as clear. I have her to lean on, and she's right there with me. The same thing as my homeschool family that I'm finding, and the same thing that I have with Farmasi. Like, that's how I know Lindsay. I was going to say that's how I know Lynette, but it's not. Lynette and I have known each other for years, but that is how we stay in such close contact right now. My mom and I pretty much talk on a regular basis anyways, but there's literally no avoiding one another now because we are here at Farmasi together. And the upline that I have right now at Farmasi is someone that I have admired, who has been in my vision since the beginning of my network marketing journey. And it's just crazy how things have unfolded in these recent, like, last few days. And she's right here with me now. She's right here. And it's just such, like, you know, the enemy will always try to tell us that we can do it by ourselves and that we don't need other people around us. But I promise you, God does not want us to be alone. Yeah, he made us strong, and yeah, he can make independent women and be all for it, but he wants us together. I seriously just thought I was coming on here to put on some makeup because Coco's napping. But, you know, when God's put something on your heart, it's so important to share it with others. And I used to think for years, like, one of my best friends in high school was from a very big church family. They went to church every Wednesday, every Sunday morning, every Sunday night. And that was so foreign to me, to be around her and her family. But at the same time, it was so comforting to know that. And I would always compare myself to her and my other friends who were like that, right? Because she wasn't my only friend who lived that life and still live that life. That's still how they live their lives. And I have to swipe my comments because Christina Cruz is someone that I'm always reminded by, that I don't have to do this alone. I can't do this alone. I need her. I need Lindsay Miller. I need Christina Hernandez. I need all of these women who are flooding into my life. Like, the gates were just put down and these women are flooding in like just warriors. I have chills right now. But, you know, I always had it in my mind that the enemy always put in my head that I couldn't speak my truth and I couldn't speak about God, or I couldn't talk about what God would put on my heart, because I wasn't worthy of sharing his word, because I didn't grow up in a church family. I don't have a church family. It's not what I do regularly. I found other ways in my adult life to find God, and he's always been seeking me out. This entire time, ever since I moved to Florida, that was seriously my biggest transition with my relationship with God. That's where the majority of it had stemmed from. And the stronger that I get in my spiritual faith, the louder I can hear him speak to me and remind me that he's always here, and that whatever is going on in this world, all of the craziness, all of the division, I don't care where your stance are. I seriously don't. I don't care what you believe in right now with what's going on in the world. That's not what I'm talking about. But there is something bigger going on out there. There is something so much bigger than us. There is a ton of division. Families are literally being ripped apart because of what's going on. That's how big this division is, and that's how deep this division is. Okay, families, blood families are looking the other way from one another. I'm watching it happen. I'm feeling it happen because it's happening in my family as well. Like, it's happening all around us. And that's, you know, it is what it is. But the bigger thing is God wants us together. He wants us to be together. I wasn't meant to homeschool my son alone. So he gave me a community. I wasn't meant to be at Farmasi alone. So he gave me more than I could have ever dreamed of having. And he's not done. He's not done. I'm pretty sure I already put primer on this eye, but I really just want to get through with my makeup. And this makeup, or this mascara, isn't considered waterproof. It's water resistant, and I have no issues with this eye. Now I'm all sweaty. You guys, God is just so good, and he wants us together. So whatever you're feeling, and the thing is, I never even looked into direct sales, network marketing, social selling, whatever the trendy word is to call this. I never even looked at it as a community standpoint. I didn't want that. I didn't want it. I wanted money. I needed an extra $50 a month. An extra $50, I can't even say measly, because $50 at the time changed a whole lot for me. And what I learned from this is that community is so important. So when I see people come here and just stay in their own little bubble, like, it almost breaks my heart, because there's so many incredible women around you right now. that want to be with you and that want to help you thrive in ways that you can't even imagine. And I'm just so, you know, I've definitely had my fair share of feelings the past few days, but over and over and over, God is reminding me every day throughout the day. I'm getting tons of reminders that he has me. He's holding me, and that I am worthy of doing exactly what I was put here to do. No matter what the enemy wants to say, it doesn't matter if you grew up in a church family or not. It doesn't matter your reasoning for not being in a church, you know, all the time right now. He can still speak to you, and he still wants you. And that's it. Apparently I needed to say all of that. Because that is definitely what he just threw in my heart. See, that's the thing. I thought I was getting on here to do my makeup and to just be a little basic and be a little extra. And God said, no, I've got something bigger for you. Thank you, Lindsay. I definitely did not expect to be so drawn to this team of women. I was just looking. I know, Lynette. I know. We don't come into this all the time thinking like we're gonna build friendships and nurture relationships, but it happens. I feel like I've spent too much time crying on this side because she just does not, she doesn't want to work for me now. But community is important. Always, 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 community is so important. You always need someone to lean on. You're not meant to carry the weight of the world on your own. And the enemy wants us to think that. The enemy gets in our head and tells us that you're being dramatic, or, you know, someone else's plate's just too full to deal with you, to help you. And that's so far from the truth. I mean, there's just all kinds of lies that we're told and that we're given on a daily basis. The enemy doesn't want you to express gratitude on a daily basis like I do. But I do it because I notice a huge shift in my mindset when I do. And, yeah, we are not meant to be here alone. We are meant to be here together, helping one another. Maybe it's the extra primer that I put on my eye, because I'm just... Oh, I guess I could swipe these back over. We got a makeup tutorial in the word where 2 or more are gathered, God is present. Yes, Lynette. Thank you for that. Okay, you guys. Thank you for being here. Yes, we are so much better together. All right, I need to get off here. Well, here's my water. I can drink some water. Go cool down before my Tasmanian devil wakes back up. Hopefully she'll sleep. I have about an hour before I have to leave to go get Django from nature school. And man, raising kids is, you know, I keep going back and forth between, you know, thinking that it's a struggle to have a toddler, but then I'm like, and because I look at Django, and Django's just so good. He's always been like the best kid ever. He's so calm. He just has this like an old soul demeanor about him. So I constantly go back and forth. I love you too, Christina. Between being like, man, you know, he's so much easier than Coco, because Coco is wild and crazy and a daredevil and full of sass. But then, you know, I go back and forth because I'm like, well, I'm literally like, I have everything for her contained like right here inside my home. Like, she's fine right here. And with Django, like, we're working on, you know, learning to communicate and how important it is to communicate. And that is something that's really been heavy on my heart lately. And I've talked to so many people through Messenger about communicating, and how important it is, because that's something else that can ruin a really good thing. It's just a simple lack of communicating. And we just get too involved with thinking that we're going to hurt someone's feelings. And so that's something that I've really been working on with Django, is trying to remind him how important it is to communicate. And I can bring up little examples as they happen, you know, when either I didn't communicate very well with him or vice versa, and point that out and show him like this could have been handled so much differently. But it's also important as a parent, when you are trying to work with your child on communication, letting them know like that you're a safe space for them, which means you don't lash out and just react when they communicate. And that's something that I'm working on and I'm learning, right? Because if you're constantly telling them, communicate with me, communicate with me, communicate with me, and they start to do that, and you're just lashing, like completely just shutting down every single thing that they talk about or that they communicate with you, how they feel or what something that happened, you're going to cause them to just like close back up and result into something so negative that didn't need to be negative. And so that's something that I'm working on. And just, you know, I feel like he's a really intuitive, he's a very intuitive old soul. So, you know, there's definitely pros and cons to each age group. And that's why he's trying out a different day at nature school, just to feel the energy. And he's excited for that. Like, what 8-year-old wants to just test the energy out? Django does. Stuff like that's going to take him really far in life. And I want him to understand like that what he's feeling energetically, and, you know, all of these things that we don't always find out or experience until we're adults or, you know, much older, that, you know, he's in a good place. I never wanted to be a because I said so kind of parent. I have 3 different personalities that I'm trying to cater to. It's hard, Lynette. It's so hard to parent and want to do the good, like the best thing for them. And then sometimes it's just like, you know what? I'm tired. I don't care. Do whatever you want because I need sleep, and then we'll regroup tomorrow. I'm going to hop off here. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for hopping on. And if you shared this, please let me know, because sometimes, depending on Facebook settings, it doesn't always tell me who shared it. And I just want to be able to thank you, because it's such an easy way for me to grow and expand my network, and it means the world to me.